Good morning. Yes, it's 6:32 in the morning. It's 6:32 in the morning. And I'm fired up. But I'm calm. I'm sedate this morning. And I'm calm this morning. But I sort of woke up fired up. Good morning, Daryl Saw. I see you awake this morning. Good morning, Tyree Davis. See you awake this morning at 6:32 as well. Good morning to you all. Thank you for joining me on this live stream this morning. I'm going to give people a few minutes to join before I start to go off this morning. Good morning, guys. That means you got a dream. If you up here at 6:30 in the morning, you fired up and can't sleep. Hey, Hollis, how you doing? Good morning to you. Hey, good morning to you, Juan Martinez. Buenos dias, como está, my brother? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Abdul Munadi Mohammed. Good morning to you and brother Khalito. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Saint. Good morning to you. Good morning. I can't believe you guys are already up this morning at 7:30. Well, good morning, Miss Lisa Nishel, Mr. Slater. Boy, I ain't got my glasses on. Is that Slater or Salter? Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Miss Lisa Daniels. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all who are joining us this morning. I woke up, again, let me, for the guests who might be listening who don't have any background on me. My name again is Ty Best. I reside in Virginia. And I wanted to make this live stream this morning. I got fired. I woke up about 6 o'clock. I had what I call I'm going to call it the Robert Kiyosaki dream. I don't know what it means. I don't know. It really, I can't interpret the dream, except it fired me up this morning for some reason, because somehow in this dream, Robert Kiyosaki had some kind of contest, and he was speaking to an audience of people about this contest, and I won the contest. That part of it doesn't make any sense, but I'm just saying I won this particular contest. And then I said something about, man, I won the contest, and what I want is to be your partner in this company, something like this particular company. And the dream doesn't have anything what I'm going to talk about, but it inspired me this morning to talk about something, because Robert, let me say, I already own the company. Why should I give you a piece of my company? I said, oh, because of the relationship, because you want to have this relationship. And I'm always about relationship anyway, but it inspired me this morning, and the dream led me to this topic this morning. Somehow I got up and glanced at a couple things, and the topic this morning that I want to discuss, 'cause I don't make a lot of live streams. I wait till Wednesday night and I do my freedom call, and that's pretty much my one live stream a week. But this time I just had this thing called, this talk I wanted to give or share with you guys, these ideas called the age of the entrepreneur. The age of the entrepreneur. Because I truly believe that we're in the age of the entrepreneur. Okay? For those of you who are listening this morning, or who may be listening this later today, I hope you see yourself as an entrepreneur. I hope you understand that. Being an entrepreneur is fashionable today. It's the thing to be today. But this is 2020. So I want to walk you through a little bit of history today, and just make some points out, some points that are going to stabilize you and help remind you of how smart you are to be an entrepreneur today, and how if you're an entrepreneur today and you don't understand, or better yet, let me sort of get to the end of what I'm trying to get at. Okay, everybody should be an entrepreneur. I'm going to explain why in a minute, but let's just cut to the end, because today technology has put within everyone's hand the power to create a multi-million dollar enterprise that functions worldwide from home. Okay, I've been an entrepreneur now for 37 years. When I started as an entrepreneur, it was not popular, but this is what I'm getting at. You can take this little device, a smartphone, a phone today. This is a genius phone as far as I'm concerned, because this phone right here can do everything. Okay, everything. But it's not about, I'm not trying to sell you a telephone. So I don't want to spend much time talking. I'm trying to get you to understand the power. I'm talking to you on a cell phone right now. This cell phone right now, I'm on Facebook. I press one button, it says live, and it goes worldwide to my 5,000 plus friends. People will share it over and over, but by the time the day is over, there may be some 10,000 people who've watched this live stream. Okay? If you have a smartphone and you're not utilizing your smartphone to help secure your financial future, you're just not that smart. Okay? I mean, I hate to put it like that at 6:30 in the morning, but that's just the truth. Because you can take this little device right here that you paid a few $100s for and create a multi-million-dollar business from the comfort of your home. That's unreal. And you couldn't do this 10 years ago. You couldn't do this 20 years ago. Okay? And you couldn't do this in 1983 when my wife and I got started as entrepreneurs or in the home-based business. So let me tell you why you want to be an entrepreneur. Number one, we live in a society right now with constant change. Okay? With constant change. Okay? We live in a society, in a world right now with constant change. We live in a world right now where the economy is completely unstable. You cannot sit here and count on one source of income or your job or your boss to take care of you for the rest of your life. If you do, you're living a life full of insecurity. Okay, unless somebody has convinced you that there's a job you're going to have for the rest of your life. Now, if somebody convinced you of that, I don't know how, when all around you, you see discord. All around you see companies shutting down. All around you see major companies 50, 60, 70 years old filing bankruptcy. All around you, you see restaurants shutting down. You saw, if COVID did not do anything this year, except one thing, it should have woke people up. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of business you have. COVID came along out of nowhere and shut down every single business except what was absolutely necessary for months. If you're on a restaurant, you were shut down for months. If you're on the cleaners, you were shut down. If you're on a nail salon, you were shut down. If you're on a hairdresser, you were shut down. Everything was literally shut down except what was considered to be an emergency. Now, I'm going to tell you, in all my vision, all my foresight into the future, I did not see that coming. Okay? So to God be the glory. I think I say that every day, to God be the glory. Okay? So we live in a society full of insecurity. Everybody's looking for something. That's why there is such a proliferation today of money games and these things that are borderline legal, illegal. I'm not going to try to get into that debate because people are doing what they feel like they need to do to survive and take care of their family. But you have all these things popping up. You got 500 new opportunities popping up every single day. Okay, this is age of entrepreneurship, but it's also what brought this insecurity about is the fact that we live in unstable times. That's my real point. Okay, we live in an age of information. Why this is the age of the entrepreneur, because we live in a society of information. Information at your fingertips. Anything you want to know, you take your phone out. My son, Alexander Best, who's 35 years old, never had a job, never applied for a job a day in his life, makes the statement today. He says, to be ignorant today and have this phone in your hands, a cell phone in your hand, takes a Zen-like commitment to be ignorant. You just want to be ignorant. Because anything you want to know, okay, all you have to do is go to Google, put the word in there, put whatever you're looking for in there, and there's an answer comes to you from somewhere on this planet. I don't know where Google get all the answers from, but every answer you want, every question. In fact, I looked up the word entrepreneur before I started this talk. I want a definition from Google, so I looked up one. I'm going to talk about that. So technology has come about, okay? The desire for freedom has come about. So you got this information age, you got this technology age, okay? And you have this desire for freedom that is emerging all over the world. And young folks especially realize that there is no freedom in working 40 years for somebody else. There's no freedom in having this job. They know this. We don't have to educate them on this, okay? But now, see, in my case, I'm 65 years young, okay? I came up in an age where we're educated to do what? Go get a job. And the more education you got, the better job you had. And I was educated in an age where it says there was such a thing after World War II as job security. You could take a job with a corporation and you could sit there for 40, 45 years. And so there was a certain amount of stability. That was before all the jobs in America started being exported all over the world. Okay? So I was very fortunate at the time frame I grew up. I say that all the time. I'm going to make a statement there. I know it's a controversial statement, but I will say it, and I believe it to be the absolute truth. That baby boomers, those young minds, they're now plus 60 years old, that were born between the age of 1946 and 1964, we baby boomers are the most spoiled generation in the history of mankind. We're the most spoiled generation in the history of mankind. We are the most entitled. Entitled means we feel entitled to comfort, luxury in the history of mankind. We live in a world where we haven't experienced world war. We've experienced a world calamity. COVID was the first what I call a really, truly worldwide event that affected everybody on the planet. But we lived in a time of peace and prosperity for most part. And all of us grew up expecting certain things, and we were led to believe, man, if we go get that education and we get a good job and we can sit there for 40, 45 years. And most of us did that. Most baby boomers, not a criticism. It's what we did because we were educated and indoctrinated to do that. Okay? And I'm one of those folks. In 1977, my wife and I graduated from Hampton University. We were graduated by Hampton University, and we took that job. Hey, Jim. Hey, Karen. Okay? Even Lord Lynch. Okay, we took that job. Sharon Tom. We took that job right out of school. And that job was supposed to take care of us for 45 years. And I believe it could have. Good morning, John. I believe I could have stayed at Ford Motor Company from 1977 to at 22 years old to age 65. Okay? I don't know what I would have done outside it. I don't know what bigger dream I would have accomplished. But I could have kept that comfortable job for a long time. And even after I left Ford Motor Company, after 8 years, I took a job with Toyota Motor Sales, and I stayed there for 10 years. So I stayed in corporate America for 18 years. So I know what I'm talking about. I could have stayed in, look, in fact, I'll be just retiring pretty much this year. I could have gave Toyota Motor Sales 35 years of my life. And I'd have, no, make no mistake about it, I would probably have a comfortable retirement. Val could have worked her job for 40 and have a comfortable retirement. Okay? Do you understand? So my point is, though, that was a 45-year plan. And I was on that 45-year plan. I was comfortable to be on that 45-year plan. Okay? But something took me off that plan. So this is the age of entrepreneurship. I'm going to come back to that. I made a statement. I made one of my notes. I said, back in 1983, ignorance was possible. It was possible back in the 60s and 70s, 80s, and I would say even somewhat in the 90s to be ignorant, to cocoon yourself or be spoon-fed information and buy all that information without really checking it out, without really doing some real research, okay? But today, okay, okay, all the research and everything you need to know is right at your fingertips. So anyway, so everybody know right now you must have some kind of second income in order to just have some sense of mind, some security. Anybody they walk around with one source of income, I don't understand it. Not based on the facts that surround us completely. So COVID came in and disrupted everybody's income. But for those folks who have been entrepreneurs, for those folks who have been online, for those folks who've been doing things with phone, it did not interrupt their income because you can still do business. I tell people, I jokingly say I quarantined myself 25 years ago in 1995 when I retired from corporate America. But let me go through something real fast, and I want to take this from history real quick because I want you when this call is over to be a dedicated, serious entrepreneur. I want you to understand you are an entrepreneur, and I want you to understand for those who are not why you should be one. Okay, why you should be one or become one, and what it takes to become an entrepreneur. Okay, well, look, so that was my dream. My dream was freedom and independence. I didn't understand all of that. But in 1983, I was introduced to this home-based business thing. Okay? I was introduced to this home-based business. To understand something, folks, you got to sort of go all the way back to 1983. Okay, today being in business for yourself is celebrated and people talk about it all the time. And you like to say it's unusual when you find somebody who don't have one. But I want you to just travel back in time with me in 1983 and understand a few things. Okay, first thing, in 1983 when I got into so-called home-based business, multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call this thing that we're a part of today. And goes by all kinds of names. It was not celebrated. Being an entrepreneur was not celebrated. In 1983, the name of the game was get your education and go get you a good job with Ford Motor Company, IBM, Xerox, General Motors, one of Chrysler, one of those major corporations, Procter and Gamble. Man, you got your job, one of those major one of those Fortune 500 companies. The word was you were set for life, Jack. You were done. So imagine what my colleagues and peers thought in 1983. Here I was working for the second largest corporation on the planet, the Ford Motor Company. Here my wife was a flight attendant for a major airlines. We had dual income, dinks, bumps, whatever you want to call us back at that time. You know, bumps, black, upwardly mobile couple. That was my wife and I, or dinks, dual income and no kids. Okay, there we were in 1983. And I saw a plan. It wasn't a 45-year plan. It was a 2 to 5 year plan of freedom. And I said, I'm in. Now, understand, for the people outside, they didn't understand I was running after freedom. All they saw this guy who all of a sudden decided to chunk his career in the automobile industry and go sell soap door to door. That's the whole perception of what we did. That was you must gonna be door to door, knocking on doors, selling soap, knocking on doors, selling vitamins. I'm here to tell you, I've been in this industry 37 years. I've never knocked on a stranger's door in 37 years and tried to sell them a box of soap, a vitamin, a phone service, or anything. It's a person-to-person business. It's a face-to-face business. That's what it was in 1983. And it was a dinosaur time in the business. But guess what? It was a shortcut. It was shorter than the 2 to 5 year plan. And I accepted that plan. Okay? Now, those of you who are just here now, I mean, you don't understand. In 1983, you got to fathom that there was all this technology we have at our fingertips today. It wasn't there. In 1983, if you wanted to show somebody, if you wanted to share your business with somebody, you had to hop in your car, drive over their house, sit down on a cup of coffee, lay the program out, and show it to them every single time. And your business is only going to get outside your city, okay, where you live, if you drove outside your city. We have a statement back in the 1980s that you build your local business all week. Anything that was in 3 hours of your house, that was a local meeting. That was a local meeting. You came home from work, you put on your shirt and tie, if you didn't already wear one to work, and you drove anywhere from an hour to 3 hours. The meeting started at 8 o'clock. Why? It gave you 3 hours to get to the meeting. So anytime anybody wanted to meet with you within 3 hours of your home, that's what you did Monday through Friday. And then that weekend, you built your out-of-town group. You found you 1 or 2 groups that was 3-4 hours away, and you drove that weekend to that city, and you did a meeting in that city for that family. For that family. You drove to see one family, put some in your house, and let's go do that meeting. That's how it started. That's the only way you could expand your business, because there was no other way to expand it. You couldn't just send them some material in the mail. You could do that, but it didn't have the same impact. So if you wanted a business, you had to get in your car. I can remember in 1983 hopping in my car on a Saturday morning, driving 8 hours from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to Virginia to show a group of people, my family and friends from Newport News. In 1983, I drive 8 hours all the way to Virginia, show them the business, get up Sunday morning, drive 8 hours all the way back to Pittsburgh, and go to work on Monday morning. No one here has been asked to do anything like that. It's like, hey, man, hey, go to my link. Like, give me a break. But anyway, see, I'm not the guy to talk about how hard this is. You can't sell me on this is difficult. You have a tough time. Some people say, man, Tom, you seem so hard. It's because I've been through something. Okay? It's like telling my mother when I was working for Ford Motor Company, this is a hard job. I'm sitting in an air-conditioned building, okay, in an air-conditioned building, pushing a pencil, okay, making more money than she was making right now in her lifetime. She worked all her life. And she told me about picking cotton at 5 or 6 years old and picking cotton from sun up to sundown, okay, and making 10 cents for the day. Okay, she can understand when I said it's hard. It's not, it wasn't hard. That's why I felt guilty even complaining about the job. Even when I said, man, there's something wrong with this job, because I had a dream. It wasn't a job, I just had a dream. But anyway, 1983, can you imagine? And then in 1985, I'm trying to take you through this technological advance of what happened here. Then in 1985, man, all of a sudden, the VCR came out. Now, you guys, some of you young folks don't know what a VCR is, but let me tell you something. That was revolutionary. When all of a sudden, the company could make a corporate video that explained the business. Then the video cost you about $20, $25 from the company. But as far as you could say, it was worth it. Because you didn't have to drive all those hours to see if somebody was interested. All you had to do was pack it in an envelope, get $25 in an envelope and send it to somebody all over the country, one all over the world, just all over the country. Any of your friends, man, watch this video, okay? And they can get in. That's the advancement of technology. It was revolutionary to us, man. It was, man, I used to send out videos. Yeah, I spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month, send out videos, send out videotapes, send out cassettes all over the world because we could build a business with those things. Man, we were excited. The fact that I could send somebody a video and not drive 4, 5, 6 hours. Had them look at it, decide again. I could send them an application in the mail. And watch this. There was no fax machine. Couldn't fax it to them. Couldn't call it in. I had to send them an application. Okay, or better yet, you carried $1,000 of kits in your car because every time you run across somebody say ready to get in, you didn't have time for them to order a kit from the corporation, wait 2 days for the kit to get in. You had to have your stuff for them right there on the spot. Hey man, this kit costs $135. Sign this application. This is your kit. Let's go. You in business for yourself. You're an entrepreneur. Okay. Then I'm trying to speed this up. Then three-way calling came about. Try to Phantom in 1983. Yes, there was no cell phone. Yes, most phones were still rotary dial. There was very few touch tone phones out, and there was no such thing as three-way calling. Then the technology started to speed up, and there was three-way call. There was a conference call. You could put your sponsor on the upline, and that started developing a three-way calling technique. And then the conference calling came about. Oh my God, the phone revolution, technology revolution started to take place. There was three-way calling. There was conference calling. Man, there was no conference calling until 1995, 96. And then some experience there was learn how to ingratiate or integrate that technology into what we were doing. And so we started doing three calling, started adding credibility. That developed momentum. So now we got this phone thing, technology and creation. In fact, the first company I made $1 million in, the phone technology was a phone card. But it was incredible. We could go to the phone, dial this number, and it would tell us our day-to-day activity. It would also tell us how much money we make. We get all that over the phone. That was 24 years ago in 1996, and it was revolutionary. Okay? And then we go into the 2000s, and the industry really started to shift and change. It took Val and I a while. I would say it took us 5, 6 years to sort of get our feet under this industry because all of a sudden some things started to change. Here comes the internet. There was no See, before, the only way you found out about an opportunity before, somebody had to bump into you and say, hey, let me ask you a question. Would you be interested in making some more money? Do you keep your financial options open? I tell you what, I've been in this industry 37 years. Okay, 37 years I've been in this industry, and I've only been contacted professionally one time. By professional, I mean somebody met me at a gas station, at a grocery store, in the locker room, at church, and say, man, let me ask you a question. Do you keep your income options open? See, there is no competition like we like to believe in trying to get people into business. When you decide to become that person who's going to approach people, including strangers, doesn't happen. Most people don't have the nerve or the guts to do it. When you have the guts to do this thing, to do that thing right there, to walk up to a stranger at a gas station, man, love your car. Okay, hey, man, where you from? Start a conversation. That's right. You start a conversation with the end in mind. Okay? The non-entrepreneur can say that's predatory if they want to, but you got a goal in mind and you have something to offer that person. Let me tell you something. I still think about the person 37 years ago that stopped me in a locker room and offered me the chance to be free. Changed my life. And that's the attitude you want to have when you approach a new person on the street, at church, in the gym, wherever you go. You got to believe that you have an opportunity that's going to change their life. Not change yours, change theirs. I can't tell you what my sponsor is right now today, 37 years later. I think about him almost every day because it changed my life. It helped change his too. Okay, but anyway, another story. So anyway, here comes the cell phone, Facebook. Man, think about this. In 2000, when Facebook got launched, all of a sudden, 2 billion people on Facebook. I don't understand when I talk to somebody today, right now, and they tell me they're not on Facebook. I say, and they tell me they're in business. If they tell me they're in business and they tell me, or better yet, if they're not even in business, they say, well, I'm not on Facebook. I said, why not? I said, the idea of making money is you must connect with other people. It's 2 billion people on Facebook. How can you say you're in business for yourself if you're not on Facebook, you're not on Instagram, you're not on Snapchat, you're not on the social media platforms that introduce you to people all over the world? Anyway. Okay. And then here comes video conferencing. How many of you read what happened to Zoom? I mean, Zoom was a nice little platform, man. It was going along. It was a nice little $1 billion business. It was taking up speed. And then COVID came on and changed everything on the planet just like that. Just like that. Changed everything. Here comes Zoom now. $6 billion. I think it was the owner said it's worth $6 billion. I mean, from January, he's worth $1 billion, supposedly. From January to today, he's worth $6 billion. That's 5 times billion, $6 billion because of Zoom was one of those opportunities at the right time. And everybody, all these companies started realizing, oh my God, we gotta chalk down employees. We gotta send them home. We gotta conference all these people. What can we use? Here comes Zoom, just explodes. I'm telling you something, folks. Anyway, so, and then here comes the smartphone. And then here comes the Genius phone. We're going to be able to track everything from your cryptocurrency to everything on the phone. This is what we have. But you know what? Right now, even all this going on in the world of networking, we still got the critics out there. The critics who just want to criticize. I mean, the critics out there just want to criticize. They want to talk about this business till the cows come home. And I don't care what they say, folks. I'm here to tell you, you got to learn to ignore the critics. The critics talk about multi-level. They talk about network marketing. They still went around calling it a Ponzi scheme when in 1979 the Federal Trade Commission said this is a viable business and is necessary and needed in the marketplace because it is the last bastion of free enterprise. It's the last place where the average person can take a few $100s, okay, start them a business with a phone and build it worldwide. Where else can you keep free enterprise alive? Anyway, but the critics. And let me tell you something about the critics. The critics don't have the facts. See, here's the facts. People laugh at the Amway business. They laugh. But Rich DeVos and Jay Van Ant are not laughing. The millions of people who order their product every year are not laughing. They do $10 billion a year in business. I don't know what the funny part is. Okay? They laughed at Herbalife when Herbalife got started. Wait a minute. The Big A is 60 plus years old now. Started in 1959. And you got the critics that are still laughing. And the people taking advantage of the opportunity still going to the bank. Dexter Yeager, probably the number one income earner in the history of this industry, passed away a couple years ago. And his estate is earning $10 million plus a year. Because of something he started in 1964. Another lesson there, you got to find a company to stick with it, and you got to pray for a company that has long-term legs to go long-term. Because it's going to take you a while to build your business substantial so you create a residual income. What has me so excited about what we're doing here with FreeBay and where we're going with our company is because it gives us the long-term legs we need. We kept a viable organization intact, okay? It's important. This was important. Was this transition? I don't want to get into that. That's not what I want to talk about this morning. But anyway, can we talk about that enough over the next couple of weeks, man? As we move to this next level, people don't even see what's happening, what's going on. I see it. I know the significance of keeping your whole organization and business you built for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years intact. Important for long-term stability. Okay, they laughed at Herbalife when Herbalife got started, selling this nutritional stuff. 24-year-old guy selling stuff out. The critics laughed. Okay, $1 billion corporation today. Critics still laughing. New Skin, $1 billion corporation. Critics still laughing. Okay, an industry doing $200 billion. The industry itself is bigger than the NFL, Major League Baseball, the NBA is bigger than all those things combined. But somehow, the critics on the outside saying this is not a viable real business. And it's taking advantage of people. And you know why they say that? They say because everybody don't succeed. Folks, everybody don't succeed in everything. Okay, I didn't make it to the NBA. And they haven't closed down the NBA because, Tyrone really didn't have a shot. He should have been playing basketball all those times when he was a kid. He should have been doing something. No, thousands of kids still play basketball all day long in hopes of that dream. Thousands of athletes play football in hopes of that dream. Play baseball, do hockey, golf, all those things. They haven't shut down any of those industries. And yes, you still got about a 1% success rate in all those industries. You have not shut down Hollywood because all those folks who go to LA every year looking to become a star and 99% of them don't. But they'll tell you the reason you shouldn't do network marketing because your chance of succeeding is X number. Man, forget that nonsense. Your chance of succeeding is 1%. You could be one of the 1, 2, 3% that succeed. And then what do you describe as success? Is success just making a bunch of money at 65 years? I'm telling you, it's not. Earl Nightingale said success is the progressive realization of a worthwhile dream. That's why I talk so much about it. If your dream is to be a school teacher, you happy going up, waking up every morning, teaching school, then you're a success. If your dream is to be a fireman and you get fired up every morning, you wake up, man, you can't wait to get to that fire station, do your job, whatever it is, then you're a success. Money is not the ultimate description of success. It's a description of financial success, and we all need it. But when I talk about success, I talk about something greater than that. Having this thing that fulfills you, having some mission or dream bigger than yourself. A school teacher. You ain't doing it for the money. If you decide you want to dedicate your life to educating young minds, you're not doing it for the money. Okay, you love education. If you dedicate to doing it. Okay, my wife got her degree in education. She wasn't committed to it. That's why she did it for 6 months. I'm out. Anyway. But ignore the critics, folks. Ignore the folks who have convinced you that you can't do it. Because believe me, the first 12 years of my life, I heard it all. I heard it all. Okay? And please, believe me, it didn't mean a thing. You know why? Because in 4 years, Val left her job in 1987. Everybody thought she was crazy. Okay? And 12 years later, 12 years in this industry, I left mine in 1995. I was 18 years in corporate America, and I've been a free man for 25 years. That's not the boast. If any of you get to know me, I'm so unimpressed with what I've done because I realize anybody could do what I have done. All I have to do is decide to do it. It's a decision. Okay? And anybody today with a phone can build them a multi-million-dollar business. So anyway, this is the age of the entrepreneur because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but most people don't even know what they're looking at. And I submit to you that everybody should be in a networking business. Everybody should find a company, and I believe our company is the best. Okay, but that's what I'm supposed to believe. Okay, I've been involved now for 7 years. It'll be 7 years in November. So really 6 years, 10 months or 9 months or something. Okay, almost 7 years. I've been in the industry for 37. Okay, if I didn't believe, truthfully, that this industry we're in benefits people, no wonder I would dedicate my life to it. If I believed that freedom was possible, I wouldn't be talking to you now. If I didn't believe that you could do it, it would be a waste of my time to talk to Marie Stanford. If I didn't believe she could do it, if I believe Carrie could do it, if I didn't believe that Miss Ballard could do it, it would be a waste of my time to have this conversation. Not just believe. I don't want to say believe, because belief always implies doubt. I know you can do it. The biggest part of my job is convincing you that you can do it, in spite of all that noise out there that say you can't. In fact, in spite of your husband saying you can't, your wife saying you can't, your mother saying you can't, your sister and brother saying you can't, all that stuff. The biggest challenge of my job is to convince you that you can, in spite of all that noise, and convince you to keep going. Man, believe me, none of my friends and relatives, well, I shouldn't say that. My mother always signed up. Okay? I mean, you can't be hurt. When you can't sponsor your mom, boy, that's a tough one. Okay? But my mom always signed up, baby. Whatever you want to do, here's my money. Okay? My mom always signed up. That's why, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want her thinking, worry about nothing. Anything she wants, she can get. She always signed. She doesn't do anything, but I could always count on having, I'm going to have me one distributor, my mother. Anyway, what am I talking about 7 o'clock in the morning? I'm talking about this is the age of entrepreneurship. You need to embrace that thing. In 1983, nobody was talking about the home-based business. Nobody said being a CEO. Everybody was talking about getting a job. And here I was saying, oh, man, me and Val started a home-based business, running from our kitchen table. No technology, no support, everything done by paper, no computer. The laptop hadn't even been invented. The VCR hadn't been invented. No technology, no 3-caller, no cell phone. Val I'd be gone sometimes 3-4 days, and the only time I had to talk to her when I got into the hotel room, and I call her that night. Some of you can't imagine that world. But anyway, this is where we are now. If you got a cell phone and all you doing is using it to play Crazy Bird and goofy games, and if you're on Facebook and all you're doing is chatting and showing food and where you party and what beach you going to, you still don't get it. This is a multi-million-dollar tool. In 2013, I got a phone call. I've been looking, saying there's got to be a business out there that's going to harness the power of this technology. I mean a legitimate business. I don't mean some money game. I don't mean some little fly-by-night thing just popped up. I mean a real legitimate business that an entrepreneur like myself could do that will harness the power of this phone. And in 2013, I got that phone call. And I looked and said, oh my God. And all it said, get paid to save gold. That's a real product. That's a fundamental product. And then when I started understanding the simple things about gold, that gold is money. See, Karyabos has pretty much ruined me for anything else because gold is money. Everything else is secondary. I don't care what it is. Gold is the fundamental foundation. And when a person will do anything in our program but enroll for free and save gold, they win. That's not what this talk is all about. Not trying to convince you to get in our program, but I am going to do this. My goal is to convince you how important it is for you to be an entrepreneur. This is the age of the entrepreneur. So let me start. Cover all I want to talk about. I talk about COVID, I talk about change. Okay. Now, I'm going to finish. I'm going to be finishing in 5 minutes, folks. I thank you for giving me 40 minutes of your time on an early Saturday morning, but I want you to hear this. Watch this. So I went right to my phone and I Googled it. It says, what is an entrepreneur? What is an entrepreneur? It says, an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business, taking a greater than normal financial risk to do so. Man, I got to read it one more time. A person who organizes and operates a business. If you're in networking, you are an entrepreneur. You're organizing and you're operating a business. Wait a minute. And you're taking the financial risk to do so. But there's a major difference in what we do. The risk is minimal. We're not going out mortgaging the house, taking a $100,000 loan to start a restaurant, or taking a $200,000 loan to start a restaurant, or taking a $500,000 loan or $1 million loan to start some McDonald's or a Burger King. Here comes network marketing said for a few $100s. That's your first exposure. Is you put a few $100s, maybe a few thousand on the table, and you launch you a home-based business. Van, I launched our home-based business in 1983 for $135. That's what the kit cost in $1983. That's probably a couple $100, $200-$300 a day. But it was $135. That was just the kit. And then they asked, well, you're going to need some tools to build your business. You're going to need a board. You're going to need an easel. You're going to need, my wife needed a car. By the time we wrote this second check to my sponsor, we wrote him a check for over $800. That was $1983. An entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business, and takes on the financial risk. Okay? Then I looked it up again and said, okay, what do entrepreneurs do? It says entrepreneurs takes on the financial risk. They risk what they have in order to gain more. This right here stops most people and how they sell most people in being on a job for 40, 45 years, because most people don't want to risk $100, don't want to risk $500. That's no risk in today's dollars. We blow $100 eating out. We blow $100 going to the movies. We blow $100 doing nothing. But the average person has been so conditioned into this job security thing, this fake job security thing, they don't exist. See, that's an old construct. You got to let that go. Okay? They're still selling it to young people today, but you got to let that go. That idea of getting an education and getting a job and going to sleep and waking up at 65 and say, I'm going to be okay because the government going to take care of me and my pension going to take care of me. Please read my lips. That day is gone. It's over. They said the average person going to change jobs every 4.5 to 5 years today. That's not me. That's the facts. So you got to become an entrepreneur. And I don't know any other better way to become an entrepreneur than to be in the network marketing, the personal referral, the personal marketing, whatever you want to call this business we do that allows individuals to start a business from home with no experience, no background. Okay? It says, then I went further, because when I Google that thing, it says, that's what an entrepreneur is. So you are an entrepreneur, and you're going to take some risks. Watch, it says, so what does it take? What does it take to become an entrepreneur? Man, this blew my mind. You know what it said? You must, watch this, you must have the will, watch, and the desire to learn. Becoming an entrepreneur is an ongoing learning process. You know why? Because you're creating the currents, you're driving the currents, you're making things happen in the marketplace, and you're out front of the masses saying, oh, we got to change over here. We got to change over there. We got to do this. You have to be willing to change and to learn new things. Most of you, Mr. Delco did a great thing yesterday. He talked about how most of us who are on this call, we didn't know anything about cryptocurrency 3 years ago. Most of us who are in this financial world and wealth builders worldwide, we didn't know anything about gold. Most of us didn't know anything about finances. We didn't know anything about paying ourselves first. We didn't know anything about why we should save gold. We never heard that gold is money. We didn't know anything about how important it is to plug in. Most of us have never heard the book Think and Go Rich. We never heard of the magic of thinking big. There are so many things we've learned by this association. It says to be an entrepreneur, you must have the desire to be one, to control your life, and then you must have an intense desire to learn and be willing to learn. And then I'm finished. Watch it, man. I got to go through these 7 points for you real quick. And folks, I appreciate your time early on Saturday, but I'm cranked up. I'm cranked up about where we are and what we've done. My wife and I, in 1983, got a phone call. We filled the application just like every single person that's on this live stream. We filled out an application. I signed myself up. I signed my wife up. I signed my son up. And then it's almost 7 years later, and there's probably close to 150,000 people. We started an organization called Wealth Builders Worldwide, and there's 150,000 people worldwide that are plugged in. Some are real committed, some are sort of committed, and some are just interested. But 150,000 people filled out an application and said, we want to start a gold savings account. We want to join Wealth Builders Worldwide. We want to be part of this organization. We want to be part of this company and what you guys are putting together to empower people all over the world. Okay? And then I went further. I'm going to go to my Google search now. What's an entrepreneur? It says, and anybody, oh my God. It says, and anybody can succeed in being an entrepreneur. You know why? Because the skills required to become an entrepreneur are learnable. Okay? And it said 7 habits of, you can Google it yourself, 7 habits of successful entrepreneurs. And all of them are attitude. Nothing got to do with skill set. They say nothing about your education, nothing about your background, nothing about your past, nothing about your IQ. It's all of them are learnable skills. Watch this and we finish. Okay? You should be pumped about where you are in life, especially if you have in your hands Carabal's International as we evolve into Freebay. You got the ticket. Watch this. 7 successful characteristics of entrepreneurs. Man, this could be a talk by itself. The first one, you're self-motivated. Nobody, look, now I'm talking to a group of people who are on the call on this live stream, 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. But you know, there's other people who are going to be waking up about 10:30. They're going to wake up 10:44 right before the conference call. Anyway, let me stop. Hey, Juan Martinez, man, I'm telling you. Okay, watch this. You got to be self-motivated. To be an entrepreneur, you understand you're now the boss. You say, I want to raise. Look in the mirror. When you say you want to raise, you know who you're talking to? You're not talking to the company you're a part of now. You're not talking to Wealth Builders Worldwide. You're not talking to Freebay. You're talking to yourself because you're the CEO. You're the CEO, boss of your own company. You don't work for me. You don't work for Carabal's. You don't work for Wealth Builders. You are in business for yourself day one. Oh, my God. So you must be self-motivated. I made the statement. I said, Mr. Delco, man, you know, I know I'm always talking about Mr. Delco. You know why? Because I've been in the industry 37 years, and Mr. Delco, I should add, and Mrs. Delco are two of the most self-disciplined, dedicated, committed people I've ever met in my lifetime. I guarantee that man's up right now doing something. He might not be on his live stream, but he's up right now doing something. Okay? And they have made the kind of money that Mr. Delco has made in the last 6 years, okay, and our business, and still be running 8, 10, 12 hours a day, man. That's unusual. Okay? See, it's easy for me because this is what I love doing. This right here is my play. I'm not working. I'm playing. I just have to get compensated for what I do for fun. Good God Almighty. That's the way you want to live. You want to make your work your fun. And the money will chase you down the street. I love working with people. I love talking to folks. I love doing Zooms. I love every aspect of what we do in this business. Well, okay, I don't necessarily love tracking my cryptocurrency all the time. I don't get excited about going to Caribit and tracking my cryptocurrency. But, man, talking to you and working with you and sitting down breaking bread with you and doing a meeting with you and coming to your meetings. I love all that stuff. I love driving the miles 35 years ago. Man, I never complained. I drive those 8 hours to my folks down in Virginia, showing them the dream, man, and drive back home. I never complained not one time. And I did that several times. 8-hour drive, one way, do a meeting, hop the next morning, drive back. Okay? I drove all over America doing meetings. Okay? Man, please. I loved every bit of it. I hop in the car, throw me some audio cassettes in there. Cassettes, for those young folks know what it is. Pop that in my car, man, and it'd be me and my audio. I was like a cowboy on his horse. I hop in my car and put them tapes in, man. I'd be so conditioned. I'd be fired up by the time I get there. Okay, I'd be fired even though there was no one there. One of the things you learn in this business back in the old days in the 80s and 90s, you learn how to turn a no meeting to a good meeting. You get to a couple's house, man, and they say, well, I invited about 5 or 10 of my friends, and nobody showed up. You say, that's okay. That's what God meant for them. They weren't meant to be. I'm supposed to be talking to you today. Let's sit down and talk. And you sit down, you talk, and you take them out dream building the car, man. You run all around the city, show them dreams. You reinstill the dreams. Say, man, talk about freedom. We're going to build this thing. I'm glad you're here. I came for you. And you show that kind of commitment to help them succeed. Okay, they fired up. They right there with you. That's why I have some people right now on the team with me who've been on the team for 30 plus years. Anyway, I'm self-motivated. Nobody had to make me do this, man. I woke up in the morning. I drove the miles. I made myself. Write this down. Self-motivation, number 1. Is that an attitude or a skill set? It's an attitude. Step 2, okay? You must have something to offer. Oh, my God. We have so much. Number 1, we offer the support and encouragement of wealth builders worldwide. This is an organization of thousands of years of experience in the networking profession, and we have people who are free all over this world, if not all over the country, who are plugged into wealth builders worldwide, who are willing to tell you what we have know and what we've learned for free. Number 2, we teach people the power of saving gold, that gold is money. That's our product, okay? Gold is money. I make the same amount of time. We don't sell gold. We sell freedom. But a product that helps create that freedom is the exchange of dollars for gold. Gold is our fundamental foundation. That's the thing we put in the marketplace. That's our product of choice. It's the foundation. Why? Because it is the ultimate foundation to have freedom. Everybody should be saving gold every single month. What do you have to offer in the marketplace? You want to be an entrepreneur? Great. You got to be self-motivated, and you got to offer something somebody needs. Number 1, everybody needs a home-based business. Number 2, everybody should be selling. Everybody should be saving gold. Number 3, everybody should be plugged into a network that encourages you to become the best you can possibly be. If it's not Wealth Builders Worldwide, you got to find one. You got to find one you can plug with somebody and say, hey, Demi saying, you know what? You can become a multi-millionaire. Hey, Maurice Stanford, you can become a multi-millionaire. I'd rather be in that environment than be surrounded by a bunch of people say, man, I don't know what you can do. Man, this is coming. This COVID, I'm so depressed. My boss. I don't want to be in that environment. I want to be in an environment with a bunch of people who say, I'm an ego. Okay? I can do this thing. I can make this happen, and I want to encourage other people to make it happen too. That's the environment I want to be in. Those 3 things right there. In my opinion, the fact that we have gold, okay, the fact that we have this incredible leadership in Wealth Builders Worldwide, the fact that we have this incredible track record in our company, everybody should sign up, period. That's a lot. We have something to offer. Number 3, here's a big one. Here's a big one. You want to be a successful entrepreneur, you must be willing to take risks. Now you said, oh, I got people whining because they put $200 in the program. They became anyway, and they whining about their $200. Okay? Or they whining about their 5 or 10,000 coin. Now, I know that sounds insensitive. I'm saying, no, we just got to get a bigger dream. When you become an entrepreneur, you're not going to win at every single thing you do as an entrepreneur. You're not going to do it. Okay? But what you're going to be remembered for is the things you win at. Talk to most entrepreneurs. They will tell you point blank, they failed at more things than they've won at being an entrepreneur. They've had more businesses fail than they've had succeed. I've had more businesses fail in networking than I have succeed. But boy, those ones that have succeeded, oh my, they make me forget the ones that didn't work out. Okay? That's the truth. Man, that's the flat out truth, folks. Okay? You getting, man, the ones that work out, forget about the ones that don't work out. The ones that work out gonna blow your mind. But got to be willing to take that risk. So you risk a few $100 or a few thousand. You got you a VIP package. You haven't done anything with it for a year or 2 years. I mean, I got so many VIP package holders in the company who have not done anything with the business. It's a mystery what made them get the VIP package. But see, I know they got the VIP package because they was in that state that moment they wanted it, and they may do something with it later. So I'm not discouraging them. I'm not talking about them. I'm saying I know it's building this business is all about time. Because here, what I say, you got to be self-motivated. Nobody's going to make you do it. Nobody's going to make you be on a live stream 7 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's going to make you get on a power call at 10:45. Nobody's going to make you read a book. Nobody's going to make you read an audio. Nobody's going to make you talk to that stranger in the street. No one's going to make you make the list. Nobody's going to make you plug into the huddle. Nobody's going to make you do these things. You got to be self-motivated. You got to have some offer, and you got to be willing to take risks. So you risk a few dollars and you lose some money. Or you risk some money and you lose some money. You got to be willing to do that. Take some risks. That's 3. Number 4. Okay, watch this. It says number 4, you must know how to build a network. They're not talking about networkers now. They're not talking about multi-level. They're saying if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you must know how to build relationships and build a network. Why? Because if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to need a banker. You're going to need a lawyer. You're going to need an accountant. You're going to need some people to help you build your business. I don't care what kind of business you're building. You're never building that business in a vacuum by yourself. It takes a team to build any kind of business. If you got a traditional business on the corner, it takes a marketing team. You might be that yourself. A lot of times you start a business by yourself, you're doing all those things yourself. You're the marketing guy, you're the manager guy, you're the janitor, you're the cleaner, you're the clerk. Okay? When the one employee you got called off sick, you know who shows up? You. So anyway, but you still got to have a network. You got to have a support network, a support team. You got to have some people that's going to help you do what you got to do. Okay? Number 5. You must have some basic money skills. Now, here's the basic money skills. If you make this much, you can't spend this much. See, not to get free. I don't know another way to put it. See, it ain't that deep. If you make this much, you can't spend this much. You're going to be in trouble. If you make this much and you spend this much, you know what? You're never going to get ahead. You're never going to have that money you need because you're always right above water, living paycheck to paycheck, paycheck, paycheck. But if you learn how to make this much and spend this much and save that stuff in the middle, make this much, pay yourself first, that's that stuff right there, and live on this much. And I don't care if you're making $5,000 a month, live on 3 or 4. Then make $10,000 a month, live on 4 or 5. Make $20,000 a month, live on 10. Grant Cardone said, if you ever think about truly being financial independence, you need to learn how to save at least 40% of your income every single month. He said there he was, walking around in beat-up shoes, jeans, and a beat-up shirt, and driving a Camry. And people said, man, look at him. Look at him. Look at him. And he said, but I had $1 million in the bank. That was Grant Cardone. I can remember the first year I made $1 million in the industry. I had a nice conservative little house. I'd be coming out and say, man, we're not impressed. I'm like, I'm not trying to impress you. I had a Camry in the driveway. I'm making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month driving a Camry. It never even occurred to me to get a new car. Why? Because I had been conditioned to be free. And freedom is not about the stuff. Anyway, that's way off track. But I've been around a network of folks saying, learn how. Make this, spend this. Make this, spend this. Most people, they make this, they start spending that. They make this, they spend that. They make this, they spend that. They keep changing lifestyle to match their income. Please hear me straight one more time. This is my money management seminar. There's always something else to buy. Instead of having one Rolex, you can have 3 or 4. Instead of having one or 2, 3 suits, you got 10 or 12. Instead of a 2,000 square foot home, you got a 5,000. Instead of a 5,000, you got a 10,000. Instead of a 10,000, you got a 20,000 square foot home. Okay? Look in the paper at all these homes that are worth $8, $9, $10 million and ask yourself, why are they up for sale? Because the owner that bought the 10,000 square foot home realized, man, I don't need that home. I wanted it. Maybe I was 25 or 30, 35 or 40 and got that home and realized when the dust settles, you're in the kitchen and you're in the bedroom. Anyway, I'm not trying to squash the dream. Get a big dream. Get all that stuff. Understand what comes with all that stuff too. Okay? You must get some basic money management skills. The basics, make this much, spend this much, make this much, spend this much. You ain't got to go to college for it. You ain't got to take an accounting course for it. You ain't got to hire somebody to help you do a budget. Okay, if you know basic math, you make $2 grand a month. You spend $2 grand a month, you gonna always be broke. See, there are people who made $1,000 a month over 30 years who managed to become millionaires because you know what? When they made 1,000, they still only spent 800. See, it's not how much money you make. I say it one more time. There's always something else to buy. Wait, let me go to number 6. Oh, number 6. This is where we are right now with Freebay. With the transition from our existing company to Freebay. It says if you're going to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, you must be flexible. I'm going to say it again. You must be flexible. Okay? Being an entrepreneur means you must ride the wave of uncertainty. You must ride the wave of the unknown. You must be out front going, what's going on is current. You on the surf, man. You're making it happen. Okay? And things change. You go, oh, gotta change. My wife and I have learned how to change on a dime. We learn how to change. I mean, we could be going this way and say, whoa, can't go that way. Boom, gone. We're going that way. We ain't got to go through those soul searching. Why, oh God, why is me? What's going wait a minute. That thing ends to a cliff, going over the cliff. We can't keep going that way. We got to change on a dime. Change. Let's go. Okay? Says you must be flexible. And in building your Karatbars business, building your network marketing business, your Karatbars business, your Freebay business, you got to be flexible. Things change. Okay? One of my early mentors in the business says success is inconvenient. He's talking about networking now. But it's not really. It's every bit. To build a successful business is inconvenient. And you build your success upon your inconvenience, but your client's convenience. Last night, man, I was going all day yesterday. I was exhausted. I came home at 7:30. I passed out. And then I got a call from a new person I had just enrolled. Just got a package, man. And she got a busy schedule. She always running. And now I'm asleep. But I got my earpiece on my ear. I'm lying in bed. I'm just passed out. I'm tired. I'm like, and I didn't know. And then and the phone rung in my ear. And then it says call from Miss Barry. Call. I was like, oh God, because she and I play phone tag all the time. I didn't want to answer that phone. Believe me, I did not want to answer that phone. Okay? And then that thought went in my head. So I'm anchoring these thoughts. Success is inconvenient. I could have kept sleeping. It didn't mean any money to me right then and there. But I know she needed help. She's been trying to get me on the phone. I've been trying to get her. We've been playing phone tag. And she's a very busy professional entrepreneur already on her own right, got her own business. I said, answer the phone. And I answered the phone. And she just getting two new people started and needed my help. Got to be flexible. I wanted to go back to sleep, but I woke up. I wanted to keep sleeping. Okay? That's this business. It's inconvenient to get up 7 o'clock in the morning, meet somebody at a restaurant, and show them your business. It's inconvenient to meet somebody at lunchtime and show them your business. It's inconvenient to answer the phone right in the middle of dinner, ladies. You done made dinner. Your husband's coming home, but he done made dinner, and you coming home, or whatever. You sitting down to have a quiet dinner, and that phone rings. Like, oh, my God. You got to be flexible. Okay? In order to build this business. But I say in order to build any business. You got to be flexible. And then here's the last thing. And Lord have mercy, I didn't mean to go on. I thought I could do this thing in 30 minutes. But here's the last piece. Now, I went through 6 things. You got to be self-motivated. Hope you wrote that down. You got to have something to offer. We got something to offer. Man, we got so much to offer here. And you ain't seen what we got to offer once Freebay is up and running. Totally, man. We got some stuff. Man, just relax. Okay? Got to be willing to take risks. Take risks. You took a risk and you signed up with us years ago. Take risks. Okay? You got to build a network to become successful in anything. You got to be surrounded with other successful people. You got to have some basic money skills, number 5. You got to be flexible, number 6. And then here's the last one. I love this one. I love it because this is what it's all about. You got to have a passion for what you're doing. You got to have a passion. The only thing you have a passion about is not what you're doing. I'm not passionate about just doing a live stream. I'm not passionate about because we got gold. Gold doesn't create some kind of emotional thing in me. Okay, my passion is about freedom. And I've been free for 25 years. So evidently, my passion, yes, is about me staying free. But my passion is also about helping other people get free. Who want to. Now, I've understood that I can only help people get free who want to be free. This system, Wealth Builders Worldwide, is a credible system, but it can only help people get free who want to get free. People ask me all the time, how do you explain Mr. Delco's success or Sherry Brown's success or Roger Williams' success or Roddy White's success? All different people succeed and some people don't. I said, the same information is given to everybody. The biggest thing is they've got to be willing to change and make the commitment to become successful and do what it takes, no matter how long it takes. Okay, you got to have a passion. You have a passion for what you're doing, you forget about the time. Let me end with this, man. I'm telling you, I got in this business in 1983. Man, I was so excited to have a dream, just to have something that I could run for. Wait a minute, that had unlimited income potential. Now, understand, this is what you need to understand that you have in your hands. You have something that has unlimited income potential. You're never going to sit down with your boss on the job, and the boss going to say, now, you know, in this job, you work hard and commit yourself. You can make $1 million a year 1 year. Not going to happen. In most jobs. Not going to happen. I knew it was not going to happen for me at Ford Motor Company. I knew it was not going to happen for Toyota Motor Sales. And love those corporations. Got nothing bad to say about them. Praise God for them. They gave me a job, opened the door for entrepreneurship to me. Ford Motor Company did. Because why? Because I called on entrepreneurs every day. And they taught me things about becoming an entrepreneur. They taught me the importance of becoming an entrepreneur. So when I saw the chance to do it, I was ready. I was prepared. You hear me say, when preparedness and opportunity meets, success is the byproduct. I was prepared. Okay? And when I saw networking, I got a passion. I got this passion for freedom. And I got this passion to help other people become free. And it was fun to me. It was fun chasing a dream. You heard me say before, I'd rather chase a dream that never comes true than live life with no dream at all. I found the passion. Your dream will focus your energy. Until I got a dream, I was a wandering generality out there partying, having a good time, drinking, having a good, just doing what society teaches us to do. You go to happy hour, you hang out with your friends, you party on the weekend, you barbecue all weekend. You're not doing anything to move your life forward or help other people move their life forward. You just living your life. And then all of a sudden, I got sold this dream, and I got a passion for this thing called freedom. I got a passion to free myself, to free my wife, to free my kids, so they never have to go to anybody's job. I got a passion to free my parents. My mother retired at 60. She had a job in 23 years. Okay? I was a contributing factor to that. Not the whole fact. My mother got 8 kids, so, don't believe me. She got somebody's always there to help my mother, take care of my mother, help her do whatever got to be done. Okay? So anyway, to God be the glory. My point is, you got to find something you're passionate about. And you may not be passionate about this business called networking, but networking is going to free you to do the things that you're passionate about. That's what I've been selling. I said, people, the thing that stops you from doing the thing you love to do, it typically is the job. We all got to eat, got to keep a roof over our head. We got to make money. But when you find a way to make money in your spare time, as Warren Buffett said, when you learn how to make money without your time and effort, learn how to make money while you sleep, learn how to make money 24/7 worldwide, then now you're free to go pursue your passion. So you might do freebie. You may do networking for the next 12 months just to get yourself free to go do your passion. Your passion is to be to write all day long because all you want to do is a writer. Or your passion maybe you want to be an actor. Okay, most actors right now, they starve and they work on restaurants and stuff like that, waiting for the big break. You saw yesterday's Power Call with Peter Dinklage, talking about what he did for the first 10 years before he finally got a break in the acting profession. Or are you willing to pay that kind of price? Do you have something you're so passionate about that you're willing to find yourself sleeping on the couch, sleeping in the car? Okay, look at Tiffany Haddish, slept in a car for a year. And you done heard Robert Tyler Perry's story for the longest time. Success will take a toll. When you want to take that road less travel and get freedom and pursue your dream, society is going to test you. The universe is going to test the authenticity, as T.D. Jakes says, of your dream. Find this thing that you're passionate about. If it is networking, if it is freebie, and understand, freebie is name. What we're doing is the network marketing business. What we're doing is selling a dream. When you find that thing you're passionate about, folks, the future is yours. And the best thing about Wealth Builders Worldwide, we are here to help you do it. Look, I appreciate your time. On this Saturday morning, I woke up so cranked up. The age of the entrepreneur, that's what you're in right now. The age of the entrepreneur. Slow myself down. Take pride in that, man. Get excited about that. Understand that you can take this little phone, okay? And I'm not talking from theory. I took the little cell phone because of technology emerged when opportunity preparedness. I've been prepared. Been in the industry 30 years. I've been prepared. Opportunity called Caraboss came along, merged those two things, went to work, and wow, 100,000+ people later. And I guarantee you, I'm not exaggerating, 90% of it I did over the phone. The first 5 years in the business, I did less than 30 meetings. I'm talking to networkers out there who've been here 20, 30 years. I did less than 30 meetings to build an organization over 40,000 people. And then last year, 2019, we did a few meetings. Did probably 30 meetings that whole year. That's more meetings in the 6 year in the business that I did the first 5 years. And the organization grew to over 100,000 people. And then COVID hit and secluded us all in the house, and we ain't missed a beat. Man. Hey, Miss Pam Dixon. Lord Lynch. Okay, Nancy, how you doing? Thank you, guys. Santoria, thank you, guys, for joining us this morning. Look, get a passion, folks. Get something you're excited about. You deserve success. As my man, Dr. Cyril Roselle said, success is possible. You deserve it. Dream big. Don't let anybody steal your dream. See you at 10:45 this morning. Fired up. Let's go.